All right, welcome to day 2 of KubeCon, and we are at the SUSE booth here with Patrick from Portworx, right?
Yes.
And Patrick, before we dive deep into our interview questions, so to say, I want to ask you, how has KubeCon been for you so far?
Great. It's very engaging. We've had customer conversations, great partnership discussions as well, of course, with our partnership as well. But overall, very positive, and there's a lot of folks here, and there's a lot of hype, so it's good.
Yeah, and I'm curious, just because you started off with the partnership bit, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit on that. What are some of the gaps and concerns in the market that our partnership together is solving for our customers and for the community out here? Can you delve a little more into that?
Yeah, sure. So we actually started off this partnership working backwards from the actual customer, and we kept seeing this pattern where customers were deploying our technology because customers obviously are trying to adopt cloud native technologies and app modernization, and they see that those things are hard to adopt and they're difficult to manage and do day 2 operations for those. And Portworx helps customers move into production faster by leveraging our data management platform, which is called Portworx Enterprise. And it helps customers automate all of their deployments for applications and data management. And those two solutions combined provide better automation and capabilities that allow organizations to scale faster and adopt Kubernetes and containers and app modernization much faster as well. And so because of that, we entered into a partnership to drive better, tighter integration, as well as working and partnering together at the customer to drive success in partnership with the customer.
Absolutely. And are there any, use cases or case studies that you can talk to when we're talking about the joint problems that we solve together? Because you mentioned a lot of them right now, like a very high level overview. Can you talk to some of the use cases or some of the case studies that you're aware of?
Yeah, there's 3 that stand out to me above others. I mean, there's a lot of use cases, but the top 3 that we see as a pattern, I would say first is developer productivity. So making it easier, again, to deploy those applications at scale into production faster. Because if you're an application owner or developer, and you're sitting and deploying an application onto the Rancher platform with your platform engineering teams, that takes time.
Yep.
A developer and application owner doesn't want to have to answer questions like, what type of storage does it need to set up?
Absolutely,
What's my failure to tolerate? How many replicas should I have? Does it need to have disaster recovery? Should it be encrypted and protected? They just want to deploy the application and let the data services figure out all of those details.
Correct.
And that's what we provide. So that's one. The second is performance at scale. When you're talking about doing things like financial transaction processing payments, or you're monitoring or taking telemetry information from vehicles, things like that. You need to be able to perform and have the performance at scale. And then finally is the business continuity aspect. These are mission critical workloads that can't go down. Correct. You're building vehicles on the factory floor, for example, and if your data services go down, production stops.
Absolutely,
and that can't happen, right? And so together we bring that value to our joint customers.
Yeah, and one of the last things that I probably should ask you, what are some of the future prospects that we're working on together? Any things in the pipeline that you're personally excited about?
Yeah.
And you can talk to, of course, barring the fact that we are not under NDA at this point. Yeah.
We recently released and provided general availability for a solution called Portworx Data Services. And we basically saw the pattern that our customers were doing, which was leveraging all of our goodness around what we just talked about, but also going up the stack and deploying databases, Kafka, Cassandra, or message queues, like etc. And so what we did is we created a platform that allows organizations to deploy those databases with day 2 operations, automating it so that you can easily upgrade those and manage those at scale across from developer to test dev to QA, all the way through the process with one platform to manage that jointly with Rancher. And that's an effort that we have been collaborating on, and we have joint customers, one on the showroom floor right now that is leveraging that technology. The other one is we have a moment in the market where organizations are really looking at how to modernize their virtual machine strategy.
Right.
So not only just like a platform for managing and operating their containers, but also giving them a pathway to say, here's one platform to manage not only your applications and containers, but also your virtual machines under one single management platform. And we are collaborating with you guys to bring to bear all of the mission criticality things that we talked about to address not only the container pieces that we're doing already today, but also the virtual machine footprints as well, so that we can help customers with that journey and give them the confidence to move those workloads into production together.
Right. And one last question before we let you go. What are some of the things that you're excited about over the next couple of days to actually witness and experience at KubeCon?
I would just say more customer engagements and having conversations with customers. Getting that feedback is extremely valuable and helps us really, at the end of the day, innovate jointly for our customers to be more successful. Getting that feedback live is the most valuable thing for this event, and that's what really is exciting.
And I think with that, it's a great time to wrap up this whole thing and let you go ahead and have those conversations that we were talking about. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for stopping by, and wish you a wonderful KubeCon ahead.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
take
you.
care. See ya.